Hello and welcome to this week's edition of a Thinking Boy podcast. I'm your host Cesar Perez with
Liliana.
And go ahead and tell the people about yourself, and I believe you have a business.
Yes, so my name is Liliana del Valle. I am a 21-year-old woman from Houston, Texas. I own a facial spa called Montrose Skin Club. I run it with my best friend Maisha. We're both estheticians, and I've been running this business for 2 years and 4 months now.
Damn, I didn't know you were that young. 21?
I started when I was 19.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's really, really cool. I'm 26.
You.
I feel I'm at that point where I'm like, oh my God, yeah.
What the fuck am I doing with my life?
Yeah, man, I'm starting to question my decisions, the way I dress. I'm like, what am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? So where did you grow up? I know you mentioned the north side because that's what we're on right now.
I was born and raised here in Houston. My mom, she's from Monterrey. She's from Mexico.
Same. I also have my mom's from Monterrey.
Honestly, as people from Monterrey, we're hardworking and we fine.
Ain't lying. She ain't lying.
Okay, so yes, I grew up here in Houston. I was mostly raised on the north side of town, like Greens Point area. I've lived off 249, all over the north side. And when I graduated high school in 2019. Okay. When I graduated, I moved out here to the city.
Nice. And how are you liking the city so far?
I love it. I will never go back.
I don't blame you. It's really, really nice. Even like being like a little outside the city.
Yeah, you're pretty close. You're close to the Heights. You're close to downtown. Yeah. Yeah,
that's one of the reasons I was mentioning when you guys got here. Because my lease is gonna come up soon.
Yeah. And
I was debating if I should just like stay in this area, leave the area. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like find my own place or this and that, because it's under my name. It's just my friend helps me out with the rent because he's like my roommate. But yeah, I've been debating that. I don't know. I really like the location.
Yeah, like I think if it's working, don't change it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Okay, so you said you graduated in 2019. When did you start your business? 2 years ago?
Yes. So I graduated 2019. As soon as I graduated, I applied for the esthetician program and I got in. I graduated May of 2019 and I went into the program August of 2019. That year, I believe, actually 2020, at the start of 2020, I moved to the city and I moved with my mom. She is a surgical tech and she works in the medical center. So her whole idea was, mija, let's move out there. You just finished high school. You don't have to be over here no more. I don't want to commute to work from the north over there to the city every day anymore. Let's do it. And I wasn't going to say no.
Right. Yeah. No, that sounds like a really cool opportunity.
Yes.
Damn, so at what point, like growing up, did you know that skincare was something that you wanted to pursue?
It's kind of crazy. I've always liked makeup. I started using makeup when I was in middle school, and it looked like trash.
Oh,
It looked like trash. I thought it looked so cute, but that's how it all starts in, I guess, everything. But in makeup, you definitely think you look mad cute when you first start, and you look crazy. But we all start somewhere, like I said, and through using my mom's makeup, I really, really liked it. I liked the way that makeup became a way to express myself, became a way to create looks. So I became a self-taught makeup artist. In high school, I started doing makeup on other girls for prom, quinceañeras, homecoming.
You already had that business mind then.
Yes, and oftentimes I kind of discredit myself. I don't stop and think like I was a little boss. I was a little freelancer back then.
Yeah, a little prodigy almost.
Right. So I was a makeup artist in high school. I really loved it. I really, really loved it. I have very fond memories of my mommy taking me to people's houses, like the girls I would do, taking me, and I would be like, all right, mom, I need 2 hours to do this girl. Can you come back in like 2 hours? Maybe 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'll text you. Okay, mom? But yeah, my mommy, she would drive me. She would take me. She would pick me up. I would do these makeup services. And I didn't really charge much for it because I really liked what I was doing. And I was like, I'm like 16. But That's where it all started with my makeup, with my career as a makeup artist.
Damn.
You know, when you're doing all this makeup, and mind you, I started doing makeup in 2016, and the year 2016 in makeup is known as the glam era. Girls were putting on foundation, cream contour,
I remember,
cream blush, powder and blush and contour on top of that. The whole Kim Kardashian contour routine became popular in that time. So I was doing some pretty heavy makeup in high school.
I remember, man, during prom, it was real weird because, like, I didn't recognize some of the girls because their makeup was so, like, thick. So, like, they were, like, saying hello to me, and I was like, I don't know who you are. Hello.
But you didn't look like this all year.
Yeah. And, like, oh, my God, there's some photos of, like, from that night, and some girls look like their head is just, like, floating. You know what I mean? Like, their like dress is black, and it's, like, a dark photo, so their head's just, like out.
Man, I was doing this makeup for school every day. I was very much that girl who would get up at 5 a.m. every day, would do her hair, do her makeup, pick out an outfit, and still be late to school. But, like, I was doing full face, eyes with glitter, smoky eyeshadow, lashes, like, pretty much every day. Now, with that being said, doing all of that, I was very passionate, very happy, having a lot of fun. But in the back of my head, I was like, if you're putting all this stuff on your face, you need to be cleansing your face right. You cannot. At the time, my face was like really, really perfect. I had that teenager, like, baby skin. And I was like, no, like, you cannot mess up your skin. So as I developed this makeup artist career in high school, I developed strong interest in skincare.
Okay.
And I became a skincare junkie. I'm talking about, I had masks on masks, serums on serums, all types of cleansers.
Damn.
I had a whole skincare store.
Just through your own research, or looking at videos, or what kind of influence your decisions on, like, which ones I would get or which ones, you know what I mean?
Definitely through my own research and through social media as well, following, like, makeup artists, following people that do makeup and skincare. Most of the research came from me wanting to know more about my skin type. I do have an oily skin type, so I did a lot of research on what works for me. Also looking at products that were marketed specifically to oily skin types. So that's where all that came in. Okay,
that's interesting. Damn. So at this young age, you're still doing all that. That's really, really dope.
Thank you so much. When I was looking at programs, I found the cosmetology program, and cosmetology consists of hair, skin, and nails. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I like to do my hair, but I don't think I would have fun doing your hair or your hair. You know, it's just no.
Different types, different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nails are cool, but I don't want to do people's, like, I was just thinking to myself, like.
You're, like, crossing your options out, like, not A, not B.
But then I found the esthetician program, and prior to this moment, I'm in my senior year. Prior to this moment, I had no idea what an esthetician was. I had no idea it was a thing.
Honestly, I had no idea until you just brought it up. So
yeah,
you're educating me.
Yeah, it's definitely still emerging. So I had no idea what an esthetician was, but I was reading the details on the program, and it had more to do with skin. The curriculum consisted of, like, skincare, treatments, waxing, makeup, and I was like, oh, I like all of that. I'm signing up right now. And I went to Chi School of Cosmetology. That's actually Lone Star's cosmetology school at the North Harris campus over on the north side. I applied for their program, and to apply, you had to do your FAFSA.
Yeah, damn, I've heard that in a minute. FAFSA.
I know. Oh my God. So you had to apply for that. There's also a essay that you have to write about why you should be accepted into the program.
Okay.
And you want to know something funny? That school, Chi, my school bus would pass by that school every morning to get to my intermediate school. I went to, I believe it's called Parker Intermediate. I remember that. I always remember the school bus passing.
And you would see the sign?
Yeah, I would see the Chi, because the school is right next to the Chi, like, headquarters. So it's the Chi headquarters, and then it's the school. So I would always see it. I would always see every day. I was a little girl. I'd be like, Chi. Like, that building says Chi. Like, that's
that
it.
word stuck in your head.
Yes. So when it came down to writing my essay, I actually wrote about that. I've always seen this school passing by, like, and then I wrote about my background and as a makeup artist, my love for skincare, things like that. When I applied, they said that they would let me know by August, and I didn't hear back from anybody. So I'm definitely not the type to just sit around. I thought to myself, if I don't hear back from them, I'm just going to enroll in some classes and get some basic courses going to get some credits in case I might want to delve into something, maybe like business. Mm-hmm. So it was actually, I think, like the first day of classes, or like a couple days. Yes. Sorry. It was a couple days before the first day of school. I got a call from one of the directors at the campus, and they were telling me, hey, a spot just opened up for the esthetician program. Do you want it? I was like, yes. Yeah. It's mine. I'm there.
Right away.
I will be there in school. I'm pulling up. Yes. The exact same thing happened to my business partner, Maisha.
Oh, yes.
Maisha and I met on the first day of school, and we both shared that story with each other. And we were both like, you too? You were waiting and you didn't get accepted, but then somebody called you and said lots of things were working in our...
Yeah, they were syncing up.
Absolutely. Lots of synchronicities. So that's how that went down. When I was a senior, I kind of had a decline in my high school career. I wasn't really going to school. I was doing drugs, hanging out with the wrong people.
Okay.
You know, just things that were very unlike me. I've always been a really, really great student. But I graduated. I did everything I could to get all my credits and graduated, because ever since I was young, I knew I was destined for great things. Ever since I was young, I knew I was destined for really, really great things. I can't quite explain how I know. It's just a feeling within me that confirms that to me. So I didn't let that decline define me. I didn't let it really make me feel bad about myself or affect my image. Instead, I used it to prove to everyone, I can fall, but I'm gonna be right back up.
You're gonna be persistent in achieving your goals.
Exactly. So that's where all that came in. I finally graduated. I applied. Didn't know if I got in, so started classes, but then notified that I did get in, and I started in August of 2019.
Damn. That was when you barely started.
Yes, fresh out of high school. I was one of the youngest girls.
So
there.
You were experiencing like that, like educating yourself during like the pandemic and everything then, huh?
Yes.
How did that affect your learning process?
It was devastating. It was absolutely devastating because, you know, March 2020 was when the city shut down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, around this time, like
exactly.
3 years ago.
Exactly. We went on spring break and never came back. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I had a decline when I was a teenager, like around 17, 18 years old. I was always a great student, but I found myself just hating being there. It wasn't an environment that I felt like I thrived in.
I was just about to say, do you think it was the environment, or what do you think?
Absolutely. I moved around a lot. I never stayed in one place for more than a year or two. Me and my family and I, we always rented property. We never owned property so that we could settle down anywhere. So we were always moving around, and it was tough. It was tough for me to always have to start over.
My early on, I was moving a lot. Yeah, I think like six times, like from elementary, like just the whole elementary thing, I moved probably like 4 or 5 times.
It sucks.
Super annoying.
I think what sucks the most is like you're like, okay, we're just gonna do this again. It's cool. And then you do it, and then you're like settling in, like, okay, I have friends now. I'm familiar with this area. Okay, I'm here.
You're comfortable.
And then boom, it's again the whole cycle again. But these last few times during that period of time that I had moved, it just I went I didn't want to call out the school, but I went to Westfield High School. That's the last school I went to, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It was
not a good experience.
No, everybody just I don't want to call nobody out, but I when I went to that school, I didn't feel like anyone cared about me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I felt like if I missed school, nobody would really, like, they would say something, but they wouldn't really care.
Like the administration, they wouldn't really, that's interesting, damn.
Yes. And I wouldn't say it's directly like that, like, oh, I don't give a fuck about you, I don't give a fuck about you. But it was more so, there was a lot of things going on. There was kids in gangs. There was kids selling drugs. There were kids, like girls that were pregnant. All those types of things that we've seen, like, in coming up on this side of town.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't necessarily think that it's that they didn't care, but a lot of things were going on.
Do you know if do you remember at all if your, like, administration was, like, young? Because I found, like, at SAM when we had, like, new teachers, like, first year teachers, it did not go, like, well at all.
Damn.
Like, my 9th grade year was, like, pretty bad. It was a lot of like fights, food fights, shit like that. Like, it was really bad. There was pages
dedicated just to Sam Houston fights.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was very it was definitely rough. Oh shit, I think my mic disconnected.
No,
you're good though. Yeah, we're talking about Sam Houston fights and stuff like that. How it was
pretty rough in your 9th grade year.
Yeah, 9th grade was, like, really bad. 10th a little bit, but really 9th grade was, like, that was pretty, like, bad in terms of, like, even like the behavior of the students, everything. Like, we were just really like shitheads. Yeah,
so you know how rough sometimes our teenage life or high school career can be. I've always been a great student, like I said. So when I entered the program, that great student came right back to life. I always had my books with me. I had a laptop. I had all my pens and markers and highlighters. I was the cutest little nerd ever. You know, like, it's something that I'm interested in. It's something that I liked. So obviously I'm super enthusiastic. I'm happy to show up, happy to be there. I am that great student again. That is why it was devastating for this lockdown to happen. It felt like, damn, I'm finally doing something I like. I'm finally being a good girl, good student.
Life just throws a big monkey wrench in it, yeah.
There were moments where it got so bad that I was like, fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. Damn. I don't want to finish. And Maisha was going through the same thing. We both helped each other because, remember, this is a trade. This is a hands-on program. When we were in school, we would learn something in the morning and then go to lunch. And when we came back from lunch, do that exact thing that we learned. So we were robbed of our full experience. We were robbed of our hands-on training and just lots of other things. But we did help each other. We pulled each other out of this little hole that we were going through because aside from the school stuff, this pandemic stuff was crazy for everyone.
Yeah, life in general was really different, yeah.
I love people. I'm very social. I'm a people person. And not being around people was hard. It was hard. There were days where I would look in my mirror and just start crying and be like, bitch, what the fuck's wrong with you? But, like, it was so bad. I would leave my home and be like, Mom, I need to go on a long walk. I can't do this. I can't be in this home with nobody.
No, you get stir crazy. You get, you know what I'm saying? You start, like, I don't know, you just start feeling like bottled up. You know what I mean? So, like, real bottled up. And thankfully, with my regular, like, day-to-day job, we never stopped working.
Okay.
I work for a warehouse, so, like, we just kept shipping things out, like toilet paper, mask, all that kind of stuff, water.
All the important stuff.
Yeah, so, like, I kept working the whole time. But there was one weekend, like a Friday to Sunday, where, like, they were like, we're locked down. Like, nothing's open. Everything's locked down. And that shit was rough. Like, by, like, Saturday, I was like, bro, I gotta go, like, somewhere, because this is, like, not it at all.
Exactly. So you definitely know what I mean. We did end up finishing by May of 2020. We finished school. Now, the process to become an esthetician involves these 3 steps. You have to pass your classes with good grades. you have to earn 750 hours, and you have to pass your written and final exam, your state board exam, your written and practical state board exam. We passed, we got the hours. The only thing left was to do our exams. So from June to August that summer, we worked on doing our exams. In July of 2020, we did our written exam and we both passed. Then the next month in August, we did our practical exam and we both passed. You have to do the written exam to move on to the practical. And when you pass the practical, you're officially an esthetician. So August 25th of 2020, we passed our exam exactly a year after meeting each other.
I was going to say, how long was the program?
9 months. It was from August 2019 to May 2020. So it was about 9 months. It took us a whole year to do this process of becoming licensed. Now, 2 weeks after getting our license, we opened up the business.
Oh, 2 weeks later.
Yes. We wasted no time.
Hell yeah, dude. That's incredible.
It's kind of crazy. I don't recommend it to everyone.
And how was it? So you opened your business around when, would you say?
September 14th, 2020.
So the pandemic was still going on and everything like that?
Yes.
How was that? How was it like? Did you guys have like limiting people that could go in, only by appointment kind of thing, or?
So we have always been appointment based. We're always going to be there based on if someone books. Now, with what you asked about the limitation of people, that wasn't really a problem because when you come get a facial, it's just you and us.
Right.
We did allow like an extra person, like maybe in the waiting room, but we never had to really tell our people like, you can't bring people, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Now, where it did suck a little bit was that we're in this lockdown, we're in this period of time where everything is disgusting. Everyone's like, y'all should have been washed y'all hands. You know, there's a lot of mistrust, especially in the beauty industry. People are not getting services done. They're worried about the germs in the environment. They're worried about touching door handles and
getting sick,
rightfully so,
or getting other people sick, you know?
Yeah, rightfully so. But there was a lot of mistrust in the industry. People were not getting services and it was hard. It was very hard to get people in. That is where the local and social media marketing came in, and I had no idea what a marketing queen I am. Yeah, that's when I discovered my marketing skills. My mindset at that time was, I want the whole world to know about this. But if I want the whole world to know, I have to start right here in my backyard. We started off of Montrose and West Gray. And if you're familiar with that area, you know that the businesses there look like little tiny houses. They were very much residential, but now are businesses. So being in that area, you're in that historic Montrose neighborhood. There's all these houses surrounding it.
Nice houses too, fancy houses.
Very, very nice. I was definitely like, whoa. This is another reason why I say my world just opened up when I moved out there to the city. So that week that we opened, we went up and down the street to all the businesses to introduce ourselves. We said, hi, I'm Liliana, I'm Maisha, we're Montrose Skin Club, we're down the streets. Even if they didn't care, we went there because I need you to know. I need to be in your face. You need to hear me, and
the
you
word
need to
of
know
mouth,
I exist.
you know?
Yes, exactly. So we also started doing events. We did the Vegan State Fair in, I believe it was October or November. And we started meeting other business owners. We met Yvonne Guidry, the owner of Sport Latina. She owns this brand called Sport Latina. It's basically encouraging women to spoil themselves and take care of themselves. We met her, we told her about what we do, and she was like, girls, I'm so proud of you guys. And we were like, what? Like, we just started. But people were really giving us our flowers for being so young and doing this, taking that leap. And we kind of were a little still oblivious, like, are we really doing something? But no, we were. We were. And I was the one who started working on our social media marketing. I'm very tech savvy. I love technology. I set up our Google profile, our Google My Business. I set up our Yelp, our website, our booking system, our Instagram. I was living, breathing, and eating social media marketing at this time. I would do webinars and take notes. I would follow people that their page is all about social media marketing and giving out tips and strategies. And everything that I would learn, I would implement it into our strategy.
I was really going to try and crawl on your camera. Okay,
we can stop it and then come back.
Yeah,
it's about to be at the 30-minute mark.
Got you. So we were talking about having your business open during the pandemic and stuff like that. How difficult it was.
Yes. Honestly, my first clients, and this is with any business, were my friends and family. But that's where you start, in your inner circle.
My first podcast episodes, a lot of them were like friends and family.
Exactly.
Literally, like literal family. My cousin's on. I've had my brother on. Yeah.
Like, hi, cousin, who I've known all my life. Answer me this.
Yeah, for real. Like, tell the people about yourself. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, I already know. Even stories, like we were saying, I was just like, I know this already, but like they don't know. I have to keep reminding myself that there's a whole audience that doesn't know my personal canon, my life, like history and stuff like that. So I have to always try to like put a little bit out there and then like go back and put a little more out there.
Right. So, we both know these things start with your inner circle. From there, from doing events, we definitely got different people. We did the vegan state fair, like I was saying, and we infiltrated the vegan community. We infiltrated the vegan community. All of a sudden, we had vegan people coming to us, which was cool because all of our products were vegan to begin with anyway, super clean vegan products. So it was ideal for them.
That's very interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, they'd have a whole different, just because their diet alone, their skin will be like different, in terms of reacting to their food and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And as somebody who has a certain lifestyle or diet, they need to be included too, just like all other different types of groups of people. Inclusivity is so important, more than ever right now. So
especially when it comes to like marketing, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So now we're tapping into demographics and different groups. Now we're really, really thinking, and this is also being developed as I study more about social media marketing, audience groups, target audience, demographics. I'm really paying attention to all of this. Another thing that really, really, really helped was ClassPass. Are you familiar with ClassPass?
I'm not, actually. Go ahead.
ClassPass is an app. It's a subscription that allows you to try out different fitness classes. So you could do boxing, biking, Pilates.
Oh.
All different types of things. Now, when the city shut down, the gym shut down.
Yeah,
so
that was a big thing.
That's their whole business down the drain. Now, what ClassPass did is they decided to make their business fitness and wellness. So they reached out to us. We're at the 5-6 month mark at this point. They reached out to us and asked us to be on their platform. And again, we're like, what? They want us? But we accept. We hop on a call with somebody. I'm asking them all the good questions. I'm like, all right, how many people in Houston are in ClassPass, and what are your numbers looking like? I need charts.
Nice.
I need data. I'm 19 years old. I'm a little girl.
Oh yeah, that's awesome though. You already have that mindset of you don't want to get, what's the word, you don't want to get not yanked around, you don't want to get
hustled.
Yeah, hustled almost. There's a word for that. They're like taken advantage of.
Exactly.
You don't want to be taken advantage of, you know. And the fact that you had that already in your head, like, I need to be on my toes when it comes to this, because easily, if you look at McDonald's, like the original owners of McDonald's totally got like fucked out of like their stuff, and you know what I mean. And some other guy totally took credit for every other idea. So it's very easily to get like, misused, especially you, like a brand new business.
Exactly. And us being young girls, we're impressionable, we're excited, we're just entered our career, we're full of life. So everything checked out, and we hopped on ClassPass. What was really, really helpful about getting on ClassPass was that the people on their platform are the exact ideal clients for us. People that are willing to invest into their self-care and their appearance. People that live in the city. People that really, really like self-care. Now, we were getting these people from ClassPass, and we were really seeing like our clientele boost. It almost doubled, to be honest.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Even though the pandemic was really tough starting during the pandemic, these things really, really helped to build up our clientele, to fill up our books. Hopping on ClassPass, doing local and social media marketing, starting with our friends and then growing, and really just never giving up. January of 2021 was our worst month ever. Was there like a resurface of COVID cases, or? I believe so, but
different strains and stuff like that.
Also, January is not a good month for the beauty industry.
It's not a good month for anything, really, to be honest with you.
People are just coming back from the holidays.
The movie industry, everything takes. If they have like a bad movie, it's known that they'll just put it in January just because like they know it's not gonna. That's like they're taking the hit already. You know?
Exactly, and people are broke as fuck in January.
Which is so crazy because I feel like December. I know when it comes to like YouTube and stuff like this, December's your best month. December's your best month. Everyone is on vacation. They want to waste money. They want to waste time. They want to listen to things and consume more stuff.
Exactly.
Because they have like more free time.
Exactly.
And then right away, January is like the worst, the complete opposite. That's interesting.
Yeah, and December was pretty good, but January we had a couple people in the whole month, and that's really bad.
Damn.
That's really bad. At that point, also as well, I was going through one of the worst anxieties of my life. Maisha was also going through some things herself, and I find that when we're both not doing good, there's lots of tension. Things aren't really flowing. We were having arguments. We were having conflicts.
Like back and forth.
And yes, I was almost ready to throw in the towel, to be honest with you. I was thinking to myself, like, I want out of this. I'm going to dissolve the partnership. I'm going to make it a sole proprietorship. She's going to have 100% ownership, and I'm dropping out of this, and I'm just going to do my own thing. It got so irrational like that, but I pulled myself together, and the next month, February, it was fully booked. Now, February of 2021, we did come out with the vaccine.
Yes. That was a big thing.
Yes. And it's no coincidence that when this vaccine came out, my books just filled. Since February, we have been so successful. February was fully booked, the most booked we had ever been in business. And all the months that followed after that continued with that same consistency. March, April, June, fully booked. The summertime is a peak time in the beauty industry.
Yeah, definitely.
So summertime was crazy. It was our first summer, and we were very successful. And yeah, that's kind of how it went with us in the pandemic, but these things are what helped us get through it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a reoccurring theme is you facing adversity, whether it be like your education, the pandemic, and everything like that. January, apparently like a business month, and you were able to be like, all right, get to the edge and be like, nah, not today.
The enemy wants us to take that drastic measure so that we can be in that, so we can make that decision and then look at it like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. And I will not allow that for myself.
Yeah. No, I mean, I faced something similar during the pandemic as well. I was going to be a nurse. Really? I was studying to be a nurse. And I don't know, something about like how bad it was, COVID, like made me realize that I don't want to be a nurse. It totally made me like a switch flipped in my head, and I was like, you know what? I'm really glad I'm home right now and I don't have to be dealing with these people, because it was bad. It was really, really bad. And I think my homeboy's, his mom is actually a nurse. So she was telling us a bunch of crazy shit that I was like, damn, man, it sounds really, really bad. So at that point I was like, I don't really want to do this. I've always been into photography. So, I got me a camera because I was still working. So any like stimulus money I had kind of like was a little extra. So I was like, hey, give me a camera. I got into it, started doing like little photography gigs and stuff like that. And yeah, ever since then, started doing the podcast, and I've been off to the races. I finally found something that I'm really passionate about.
That is so good. I wish that on everyone in this world, because had you gone into that nursing career,
I would have been unhappy.
Miserable.
Yeah, I would have been unhappy. I was already unhappy taking some of the classes, to be honest with you, because I'm like, man, I'm not really like
I don't like this.
Into this. Yeah, I'm not really into this at all. I mean, it's a great, if you're a nurse out there, man, hats off, because that's a really good profession, and you make good money on it. But still, it's kind of like
you have to love it.
Yeah, I have to love it, because like my job right now is just like I go in, I go out. It's nothing creative really. It's a warehouse job, but I'm able to like focus on other things. So I'll be able to plan out like, okay, I could book this guest for the podcast this week, or I could go to the gym this week. I could do all these things and kind of spread out my week while at work, because like at this point it's just like muscle memory. I'm just like stacking stuff, so I'm really able to like just drift off and think about whatever I need to, or listen to whatever I need to, or watch whatever I need to.
No, yeah, that's really, really awesome. Honestly, one of the greatest blessings of my entire life is being able to do what I love. When I do services for people, it's way, way deeper than skin. They receive my skills, my energy, my love, my positivity. Your
knowledge, your education,
exactly. Really, I describe it as pouring myself into them. And it's exactly like that. My energy flows from me into them, and it's really interesting because my space that I work in, it's very protected. As soon as you walk in, you can feel the loving and sacred energy in there. So I definitely know that I'm doing what I was sent here to do. When I do these services on these people, it's not just facials. It's so deep. It's
you're a healer.
Exactly.
You're a healer for sure. That's amazing. That's awesome that you found this at such a good age, You used to have the whole rest of your life like ahead of you, and you already know your passion and are like have a business, have a good relationship with your business partner, and that is fantastic. That's really, really like
thank you.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Thank you. I'm never ever gonna say that it's been easy. I knew what I was getting myself into, but in a sense I didn't. To be honest with you, at the beginning of February, like end of January, beginning of February this year, I was going through some bad anxiety.
Oh yeah, you had mentioned that. I wanted to ask you about that. What was triggering your anxiety, if you're okay with
Yeah, of course. One thing that was triggering it was something that a traumatic experience I had a year ago, but another thing that was triggering it was my racing thoughts. I was thinking to myself, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Not necessarily like in my career, but I started at 19. I turned 20 in our first year, and now I'm 21, right? I have dilemmas sometimes between my 21-year-old self and my businesswoman self.
There's a conflict there.
Yes, because at this age, we're supposed to be messing up. We're supposed to be in college. We're supposed to be getting fucked up.
This is the live it up kind of
exactly. There's so many things that is appropriate for this age, right? But what gets to me sometimes is the thought that I have more to lose than some of my peers, so I can't move this way. I can't do these things. I can't be 21. But I realize now that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And that is something that I think we all need to remind ourselves whenever we're feeling defeated, whenever we're feeling stagnant or just like that, like just not in the right place. We are always where we are supposed to be, and I'm doing better now. Now that I realize that, hey, like, even though I am young and doing this, there's a reason why I was put in this position. Since getting better from that anxiety, I have been doing so many things. I've been doing shoots. I've been making music.
Oh my God. Yeah. We should get into that later on.
Yes.
Definitely. I want to ask you about that.
Yes. So you see, I was worried. I was worried that I would be so caught up in this business that I would look back and be like, damn, I didn't even let myself live. But at the end of the day, it's just all about balance.
That is true. Balancing everything is very difficult. Also, I will say this, for me, I feel like doing things outside of work have helped me like make sure that I get the proper rest that I need. You know what I'm saying? So like yesterday I went to work. I was fucking around with something on my computer in terms of like the podcast.
Yeah.
And then I went to the gym, and after class I was so dead. I was like, oh my God, like I took a shower, got some food, and I was like, I could be on my phone or I could like waste time, but I'm like, I'm just so tired right now.
Mm-hmm.
And like usually I put like rain sounds or something to help me go to sleep.
It.
And or you know what, I listen to blizzard sounds, like
Really?
a winter storm. Don't know what it is, but I like it. I honestly like it, prefer it to the rain sounds.
You hear like the wind in the back whistling, like
I put my fan on, you know, I'm all like cold. But yeah, I was just like, man, I'm super tired right now. I plugged in my phone and just not totally knocked out. Got some real good rest, and I feel like that helps me because sometimes I have like insomnia and I just can't like go to sleep, or I'll take a nap during the day, and then it will totally mess me up at night, and I'm like, damn, I can't go to sleep at all, you know. So with like a balanced schedule and balancing everything out and having things to do outside of my regular life really helps me out for sure. Definitely helps me out. Keeps me like not in check per se, but like on a routine. And I feel like I do better with the routine. I feel like when I have too much free time, I could kind of like neglect like the thing that I need to be focusing on, you know.
get a little comfortable.
Yeah, like for like photo shoots I do, especially if the person pays me right away. You know, sometimes people wait, or I'll pay you, like, can I pay you this way? If they pay me right away ahead, or like throw in a tip or something, I'm just like, damn, I have to go super hard right now, and I want to like get them their photos ASAP, you know. Whereas like my own stuff, I could take my time with it. I like go back and edit photos I took like a year ago or even 2 years ago. I'll just re-edit it because I'm like that bored and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to me, it'll be never be like finished. There's no like deadline for me, you know. But with clients, I'm kind of like, oh shit, like I got to make sure these grad photos come out like on point.
Absolutely.
Damn. Oh, your music. Yes. I want to ask you about that. So how long have you been? When did you start getting into that?
Okay, so I have been singing since I was a little girl.
Okay.
Very, very young. I knew that I could sing, and I always pursued extracurricular activities like choir. I've done plays before. I was Annie. I was a Mexican Annie.
That's amazing.
Yes.
I could totally see you being like a little actress for sure.
Yeah, honestly, I'm very dramatic. I would love to act someday. So I've always loved singing. I participated in choir in middle school, high school. I've never ever made music until 2 nights ago.
Yes, I saw you. I was watching your story and I seen it.
2 nights ago, I met my friend Wes, and he makes music. He just started messing around on his computer and came up with a beat. We're all hanging out, and they're like, Liliana, sing. We want you to sing something. And I'm like, what do y'all want me to sing? Right? So he starts messing around on the computer, and on the spot he makes a beat, and he's like, do you like this? And I'm like, yeah, I do. So we start writing, and he's like, throw out a melody out there. And I'm not gonna say I was getting shy, but because I'm a very confident person, I'm sure you can tell.
I could tell you're very confident. Yes. I like that. I like a confident
Thank you.
Girl, or a confident person in general. But
exactly. Yeah. Thank you. But it was more so kind of psyching myself out rather than lack of confidence. So kind of just throw something out there, and I liked it. So we ran with that, and I would throw something out there, he would throw something out there, until we like finished the song. And I was just like, oh my God. Honestly, for the past I can't quite say how much time, But there have been many instances where I just say out loud, I want to make a song. And sometimes it'll happen after I hear a song that I really like. I'll be like, I want to make a song. Or I'll hear a song and it'll go so hard and I'll be like, I should have fucking wrote that. I should have made that before they did. But I'm a huge manifester. I've been manifesting since I was a little girl. The things that I say become reality. So I knew that by me saying, I'm going to make a song, it would happen one day. I didn't expect it to be 2 nights ago, but it happened, and I'm obsessed now. There are definitely more songs coming.
Yeah?
Yes.
Nice. What would you say your musical influences are when it comes to like artists you listen to, but also artists you just take inspiration from? Not necessarily like type of music you make, but people that you're just like, oh, I really enjoy their stuff.
Yes. So right off the bat, I gotta mention Selena, because I love her with all my heart. Classic. Hearts. Kali Uchis is definitely.
Oh man, I love me some Kali Uchis.
Man, sometimes I get dressed up and I go out and people be like, "Okay, Kali Uchis."
I'm about to say I could see the vibe. I could see it a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
People compare me to her sometimes, and it's so beautiful.
Your voice right now. I'm like hearing it on my headphones. I'm like, okay, I could definitely see. Like I've seen interviews with her, and it's like similar for sure.
Right. I adore her. Also, are you familiar with FKJ?
FKJ.
You've definitely heard some of his stuff, but maybe you don't know his name if you like are not familiar with the name. But I love what he does. Drake, I love Drake with all my fucking heart.
Super, like, you want to talk about entertainer, you know what I mean? Very, very has his hands in a lot of pots. What
I respect most about him is the way he's able to jump from different styles, different genres, different vibes and influences, and still make it his sound, show up as himself. You still know it's Drake. Exactly.
You know what I mean? You still know it's Drake, but it's different. It's different stuff.
I really, really love Bad Bunny.
Oh, man.
I love Bad Bunny.
He's been on fire recently.
I've been listening to Bad Bunny since he first came out in 2016.
Oh my god!
And would hop on a track with 7 other motherfuckers, and his verse was always the hardest. It was always the best.
It was always the best for sure. Yes. Yeah, that was an interesting time. That was like my graduating year, I think, when when Bad Bunny started like popping.
It was a very interesting time. I was listening to his music and like singing all the words, and my mom would overhear me, and she'd be like, "Niña, y esas canciones peladas," like, and I'd be like, "Mom, it's just music," but I really like the vulgar lyrics.
Yeah. I was when he had like the concha hair, you know what I'm saying, where he had the fade, but he had all the lines in it. Yeah. Who else would you say would be on your list?
Who else would be on my list?
Are you a SZA girl? Are you a Rihanna or Beyonce?
Yes, I'm so happy you said that because I was getting a little stumped. Definitely SZA. I really love SZA.
Really, really good.
I was listening to her first album when it came out. I was in high school, and I really felt like I could relate. If not relate, like when I would sing it, I would feel like I was pouring my heart out, which I think is a really, really beautiful feeling to invoke just from what you create in in someone else.
Start getting chills and stuff. You know, you start feeling like the euphoric feeling with their music.
Yeah, definitely SZA. So yeah,
that's amazing. Well, we're coming up on an hour. I was gonna say, where could people reach out to you and reach out to the page, your business page?
Yes, so we are Montrose Skin Club on everything: Instagram, Facebook, Google, everything. My Instagram is Miss Liliana with 2 A's after the I.
So you already have it on point, dude. Yes. You already like have everything. Sometimes people be stuttering and shit, but you totally got it already.
I do beauty content, skincare, makeup, lifestyle type of stuff. So yes, Montrose Skin Club, Miss Liliana.
Nice. I'll be sure to link that in the bio. And is your song out? The song that you recorded 2 nights ago?
It's not out. I do want to drop it though, But should I or should I keep it to myself?
I think you should drop it for sure. Or you know what you should do? You could use it in one of your reels or TikTok things.
You know, that has been one of my aspirations. I want to create sounds for my reels, and hopefully other people hear it and are like, whoa, I want to use that. And it just takes
There's
off.
plenty of songs that I listen to that I would not, because I'm not really on TikTok like that. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm like doing myself a disservice because I know when it comes to like marketing and stuff like that, it's a very, very big, like,
it's just the whole other
the algorithm and everything like
it's
that.
It's another platform to study, and that can be a lot.
Mm-hmm. I definitely needed to go on it, but yeah, there's certain artists that I listen to and songs that I've heard like that I always loved that are now I'm seeing get posted again. Like there was a drum song and a Steve Lacy song, and I'm like, damn, I've been listening to Steve Lacy forever, and like now it's just like really, really big.
Exactly. That I'm familiar with the song you're talking about, and also like it'll be independent type of artists. There's this song trending right now called 3 a.m. in Oakland, and the artist who posted it, that sound of his song is like trending hard right now. And it's also related to that incident over there in the Bay Area where they shut down the bridge and had a car meet. 3 a.m. in Oakland.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you should definitely check it out. I'll send it to you.
Hell yeah, dude, that's very interesting. Now I know there's that virality of it, you know what I mean? Like something goes viral, and like for example, an old band could have one of their old songs go viral, but like now they could tour totally off of that song, or even a new artist could tour solely based on that song, you know what I mean? Just because people really enjoy that song, their following will go up, and more people go to their shows, more people buy merch.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting how it could just happen like that, you know?
I honestly do see myself doing shows, because when I was a little girl, I would always say that like, oh, I'm gonna be a singer, I'm gonna be a famous singer. And Maisha, she's so funny. She's gonna be a comedian. She's an inspiring comedian. So at Astroworld, she saw Dave Chappelle open up for Travis Scott.
Yes.
So that's the idea. I'm gonna be Travis Scott, and she's gonna be Dave Chappelle.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I'm gonna have a show, and she's gonna open up for me, and everyone's gonna lose their fucking minds. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
What's this connection here? Yeah. I mean, they're gonna all totally be like, damn, that's crazy. I do remember that. I was there when Dave Chappelle opened up for Travis Scott.
It's fucking insane.
That was crazy. And then Drake was there, Kanye was there.
Yeah, that's the idea. I'm gonna have a show, it's gonna be so big, and she's gonna open up for me, and people are gonna be like, what the fuck?
That's very wild.
Be there, please be there.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I'll take photos. Photos for sure.
You're invited.
Well, I had a great time talking to you. This is a really good episode, man. I really enjoyed the time we had together.
Thank you so much for bringing me. Like, I'm happy.
Hey, I'm glad you came. I'm super inspired by you and what you were saying. That really kind of got me to be like, yo, get a kick in my ass and like maybe, you know, keep pursuing what I want to pursue. But yeah, that will do it for this week's episode. I've been Cesar Perez with
Liliana.
Till next time. Peace. Nice.
That was so good.